Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. JACALYN Kerbeck, and our show today is the Mallorca Connection. We are going to be talking about how to support children in Uganda, how you can get involved, and what it is you need to know. Joining me is the star of our show. I never know quite where he's going to be, but he is rolling in his motorhome through Europe. Let's welcome Mr. Roland.friedl. Hello.
Hello, Dr. JACALYN. Great to see you. How are you doing?
Doing well, thanks. So good to see you. Also, I'm always just so amazed how you're able to get a connectivity connection network so that you can join us in your wireless life. Where are you right now?
I am in North Portugal, a land inn. I just crossed an amazing area, a wine area, very famous one, Douro. The wine area, it was very curvy, very hilly. It was challenging with the large motorhome, but it was a beautiful ride up here. And the village is called Vila Real. And yeah, we'll stay here. I just booked in the camping site, so I can stay. No police is disturbing me when I stay wild and have a good internet. Yeah. So I'm in North Portugal now.
Roland, I meant to ask you, when you're driving that big, beautiful home and you are on roads that are really, small or curvy, are you ever like white knuckling it on the steering wheel, or do you just breathe through it and you don't feel any sense of fear?
Well, I had some challenging times, actually today and other days too, but I used two different GPS systems. I normally have one in my truck where it says how long it is, how wide it is, how high it is, how heavy it is. So I use this, and it's normally working. But today, actually, it is working. But today, the street was closed, and they said I had to go another way. But the other way was not meant for my size, so I had to get all the way down and find a different approach. It was quite difficult because it's a narrow valley here. But the other times it was my mistake. I didn't use my truck navigation system. I just used my smartphone and Google Maps, and I 3 times I almost stuck. It was a few millimeters left and right, almost stuck. Well, I'm not getting nervous. I wouldn't say nervous. I only get nervous if I'm really stuck and I can go forward. But what I do is I switch off the music, I calm down, I breathe, I get out of the motorhome, I look left, right, behind, and then slowly, without any stress, because I don't want to crash my motorhome. So no stress at all. No, I stay calm because, when you get excited, when you get nervous, it doesn't make any sense. To get out of a difficult situation, you have to stay calm, breathe, and find a solution.
Absolutely. I'm laughing back here because I think on one of your shows, on the men's show, Wild at Heart, I think there was a conversation about the radio. And from what I understand, women typically are the ones to turn off the radio so they can actually concentrate. Is that something that you do on a regular basis? If you are trying to concentrate, you turn off the music?
Yeah. I don't know why. You know what? It's interesting when you ask me this question. I love music. I absolutely love music. But what's really crazy is the last weeks I didn't listen much to music while I'm driving because I'm really so focused on actually I don't go long distances, but I was really just looking around because it's everything new for me, the landscape. I've never been to these places, so I just look around. I focus very on the landscape. and on the traffic, of course. But I love music. I really love music. But when I'm in a difficult, challenging situation, I switch it off. I tell my dog, go back. I tell the cat, please, because normally the cat is sitting on my legs when I'm driving. Please down. I need my focus. I want to be concentrated. Because I guess it was, yeah, four or five times that I really stuck. It was not fun at all, but it was my fault. Most of the time it was my fault.
Well, it's interesting because you are driving such a big, powerful vehicle, and you are seeing all different kinds of terrain. So it would make sense that you really need to breathe through it and focus. And life is like that as well. There are so many distractions that pull at us that prevent us from really being focused on whatever it is. And when you think about focus, I think it's so important. We're going to be talking with PUSHCHILD Foundation Uganda, and I'm very big on giving back. I know you are as well, fundraising, promoting charities, and helping get the word out. That takes a certain amount of focus and concentration, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's because I know we all have 24 hours a day, and we have to make a living. Of course, we have to earn some money, make some money to pay our rent or whatever we have to pay. And besides whatever drives us, what our mission is, like supporting foundation, or even like myself, starting or founding a new own foundation, it's work. But when you have a mission, when you have a purpose, I just love what I'm doing. And sometimes there are hours or minutes or sometimes a day where I said, oh, why the hell I'm doing this? I want to go to the beach for a swim or whatever. Just chill out. I said, no, stay focused, and do what you really love to do, because some people really need your help. And this drives me, this absolutely drives me. Many times I think, okay, what's more important? Another day on the beach? I had already so many days, and I can have more days on the beach, or just focus and do what has to be done to support what I want to support. Yeah, it's all about focus.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. And that's one thing I definitely want to share. And then we'll bring out our guests, waiting for them to turn on their camera. But it's difficult to be someone for everyone. So in other words, what I mean by that is that it's difficult to be an advocate for every single charity that's out there, because we only have so much time and so much money. So we have to make a decision, which are the ones where we feel we really can make a difference, and where are there a special need, especially when it comes to children, how important it is to give children an opportunity that they wouldn't have otherwise if it weren't for the fact that people were supporting and making donations.
Absolutely. Actually, my early years as a student, when I made some money, besides I supported organization, actually large or very famous large organization. Then I found out, what, most of the money goes to administration and to the salaries of the managers there and the staff there. So I stopped this, and I was thinking back when I was young. Quite a funny story. On the main railway station in my hometown, there was homeless people, and my father, he always had a bar with a lot of drinks privately at home. He didn't drink much, but for guests, my father itself, he was not an alcoholic. He was not very interested in alcohol. But when family came or friends came, so just to offer them whatever they wanted to do. So he had a huge bar, a lot of drinks. And what I did, I guess it was, I'm quite sure, I got 9-10 years old. I took many of these bottles, quite expensive bottle, and brought it to the homeless people and donated it to them. I know it was not good, it was not healthy, but it was the first thing I did charity. And I always, as a small kid, I was always about animals and supporting other ones. And then, as I getting older, as a student, and I made money. Beside, I was donating to different organizations, and then I said, no, I don't do this anymore. And because actually I was working for one of them, and I was not happy where the money ended up. So I decided to do my own stuff, but also to support small organizations that are not so well known, and where it is 100% sure, man, well, that's 100%, but where I'm quite sure, because I know that there's people behind, that the money really goes to those who really need it, and it's not wasted or lost in administration or any fees or something like that. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's such a big, important point, is that many times the money doesn't actually go completely to research and development, that it goes to administration, which makes sense because obviously you have to have people who are running the charity. So that's also something important to consider. We do have the Push Child Foundation Uganda here. I can't see them, but let's bring them out.
Let's bring them up and see what's happening. Oh, okay. Guys, can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, but your camera is not on. What I suggest, because it's good for the audience to see you, is are they dropped out?
They dropped out. They're not connected. I think maybe they're trying to reconnect. But you know what might be helpful, Roland, because people are certainly interested in what's going on in Uganda and they want to get involved. Can you share a little bit about the foundation, because you've been working with them to help expedite donations for giving people an opportunity to donate through one of your sites, correct?
Yes. Well, I support PUSHCHILD Foundation, and they asked me to become one of the ambassadors, because I absolutely love what they're doing. You know, these two guys who started, Enoch and his friend who started this organization, they're both have been living on the street, you know, and fighting through life more or less. And what gave them hope and direction was sports, especially playing soccer and other sports type, and quite good. And so they with the few stuff they have, the few opportunities they have, capabilities, they started their foundation to bring other kids away from the street, give them ability to play sports, different kinds of sport, to get some, you know, some rules, some daily routines, and they of course need support, they need money, they need material, so the kids can go to school and stuff like that. Because as we know, when we want to fight poverty, it's all about educating people, and it's especially educating kids so they have a chance to get a job or start their own business. It's all about education. This is what PUSHCHILD Foundation does, and that's it. And that's the reason why I support them, because they really do a good job, and they have not a lot of stuff. And we all know that Africa is most of the countries, they have a difficult time. And actually, one of my best friends, he when he lives in Europe, but he goes in and out. He's married to a lady in Uganda. They have beautiful twins down there. And so I know from him that it's a difficult country, you know, like many other countries in Central Africa. So yeah, let's support them.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are backstage. I'm going to be bringing them out. Let's welcome our friends from PUSHCHILD Foundation Uganda, also one of our top fans for 2022. Hello and welcome.
Hello.
Hi, guys. Hi, now it's working. Hey, how are you doing, gentlemen?
We are fine. How are you, Roland and JACALYN?
It's good to see you. Nice to have you with us.
Yes, nice to have you too.
So we had you on, I want to say a couple of months ago. I think it was maybe last year. What's happened since we saw you last, or any updates you can give us?
My name is Nwajira Enoch, founder of PUSHCHILD Foundation in Uganda, located in Kampala Zone, Kalere. I'm with my friend Nicholas Bisaso, one of the co-founders of the PUSHCHILD Foundation Uganda. We are so happy to be live on USA Global TV once again. So we last had a chat with USA Global TV last year. So we have a progress, and progress is very, 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 very good. We had a tournament called the Wasoka Kampala League. So our PUSHCHILD Foundation Uganda had to win that trophy, the under 12. So we are so happy. We had to win that trophy, and we had to get some medals for the children and the certificate for the children. So it's okay. It's always there in December towards the end of the year. So we are one of the winners of the PUSHCHILD Foundation Uganda for that tournament.
Wow. Great. Well, great. So, Nicholas and Enoch, can you explain a little bit to our audience? Because I know you organize these football tournaments on one way to encourage these kids, to give them motivation, to give them direction, but also to raise money and materials. How much work is it to do a tournament like this in Uganda? Is it a lot of work? Do you have support? What do you need? And what are the challenges in organizing this?
Okay, actually, this tournament is organized each and every year, but towards the end of the year. So we gather all like teams in Kampala, like organization, even non-organization teams. So the challenges we face into these tournaments that is sometimes we go without getting a good training because we have like little equipments like one ball towards like almost like 20 children playing on one ball, like bibs and other equipments, cones, which they put into into the pitch for training and other bibs. So the challenge we face, even we face a challenge of transportation because we normally our kids they can walk from like only like almost like 50 kilometers to the stadium where they're going to play football. So even we face a challenge of of not enough food because almost we must pack our own food like posho, beans, and rice so that our children can feed on when they are in those camps.
Even
So
water for the games.
yeah, even some waters for the games. Yeah, that's the challenge you always face. Even like the street children, for them we face a lot of challenges with them because for them they are from the street and we keep them somewhere where they are not actually safe. So we don't have a home where you can keep them safe. So we lack a lot of things, but with God, all things are possible. And I know we shall progress, and I know we shall be pushing it hard so that we can get support from all over the world. And I know we shall make it.
Very good. Do you get any support from official authorities, from the government, or from the mayor in Kampala, or from the capital, or anything?
Actually, we get some little support from the organizers of that tournament. They can give us where to sleep. Even they can give if you win, we get some little money like $300, like the prize for those who have won the trophy. Yeah, we got like $200, and that we are able to take one of our child back to school. She's called Maureen and Bob. They are back to school. We use that little money we got from that tournament. Even we had to buy some little food and some little sugar cane biscuits, some little things for them to go back to school. But using that money we won from that tournament. But the support from the government, we get none. Cannot access the government money. It's difficult here.
That is really challenging. Can you describe for our audience who didn't see the other show about the mindset and the mental health of the children that you are helping? Because they have to go through a lot.
Now, I am Nicholas Bisas once again. Now, when it comes to the mindset, especially for the street children and those without the homeless children, basically, we do not have a criteria for selecting who can join us, who we can help. We just end up finding them through their colleagues. So if one of them gets to know that there is an organization or there is a team that I can join, and at the end of the day, it can push me to get somewhere, that is how they come up. So you find that in a week, you can have 2 or 3. There is also a possibility of some of them dropping off. There are some who come, then at the end of the month, you're looking for them and you cannot find them. So it becomes a bit complicated to administrate those kids. But basically, our main core goal is to give them exactly a foundation. It may not be that strong, but we give them what we can afford and what we can actually manage. So we use sports, we use music and dance, we use other talents that we can actually source. For example, there are some who like swimming, but we cannot afford swimming because swimming pools are very expensive this side. So the easiest that we get is normally dancing and football, but mainly football because it is a very, very big passion in Uganda. There are some who we get from these sports betting facilities. There are kids who normally like that gambling. So when you go there, you find that they are so inspired. That is why even in Uganda, we have very, very many sports betting companies because they give them a glimpse of hope of winning that financial, you get it. But us, we have a way of convincing them to join and actually do the real playing of the football. So that is how we manage to collect the kids. We have kids, some of them, of course, have families. Some of them have families, but the families are not well enough. Even the families cannot push them to where we want them to be.
And most of them are girls, actually. Most of them are girls.
So you find a parent who is even below 20 years, has 2 kids, but he cannot help them. The only alternative he can do is to take them in the mines, these people who make bricks in the swamps. So when you find such kids, they have lost hope, yet they still want to be kids and they still want to play. So those are the type of kids that we get. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Thanks so much for sharing that. We do have your address up for people to see, and we'll actually read it off. What kinds of things would you like for people to send you? What would really be helpful?
Actually, if the repentance comes to pass, and I know with God all things are possible, we like some balls, football balls, like for girls and boys. There's a ball for netball for girls and a ball for boys. Even some equipments like mattresses, because we find like a family has almost like 5 kids, but they are sleeping down and they are sleeping in a shackle house. So even like bibs, because they use those bibs for training, like in that training, even some little jerseys, even clothes.
Okay.
And another,
And how old are the kids so that we know what sizes we need, so we can ask here, for example, in Europe, we can ask football clubs, soccer clubs, where they don't use the dresses of the kids anymore because they change it. And what kind of size do you need, or how old are the kids, and how large have to be the shoes and the dresses?
We do not have any limit. We have some who are 6, we have 12, we have, but
from 6 to 17.
it is difficult for us to go above 18, because when they reach 18, they become even complicated for even us. You get it?
Yeah.
So in most cases, we prefer, or we have even the ones who are starting from 6.
6 to 17.
17 we have very few, because
Yeah,
they're a bit very stubborn and they are hard to control.
From 6 to 17. Okay.
Yes, 6 to 17.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, when maybe your kids or your grandkids are playing football, playing soccer, maybe you can collect in your community dresses that not be used anymore, shoes that not be used anymore, or even both that not be used, but collect them, and you see the address down in the banner, and send it to them, because these kids really have fun. Before you throw it away, before you go to the rubbish bin, please collect it in the community and send it to this gentleman. These kids are really, really, very happy to get materials, dresses, balls, whatever they can need. And of course, you can also donate money. We will afterwards in the recordings on YouTube also give a PayPal link where you can donate money, and we will forward them to Uganda. JACALYN, do you have something to add?
Yeah, I was so just impressed with the work that you're doing and how committed you are. And I understand that faith is also a big part of what you're giving to the children, so that they know that there's something greater, something out there, God, universe, spirituality, that they can always lean on. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Okay, my colleague is going to talk about that, but there is something that I wanted to explain, that I wanted to say, something small. This year we have a few kids that we are pushing. They are highly talented when it comes to football. So by the end of this year, maybe around November, we shall have to maybe showcase a video of some skills that some of these kids can do. It is an inspiration, because at least we have hope that some of the top clubs, especially in Africa, they can come and scout some of those kids. Yeah.
Cool.
Excellent. Thank you. We do have a comment actually from Butera Derek. Thank you so much for watching over on Facebook. Thanks USA Global TV for this platform for PUSHCHILD Foundation, because they are really doing a great job down here in Uganda. Fantastic. How do you feel when you read that, gentlemen, when you hear that?
It's impressive.
I'm so happy. He's one of the volunteers in Push a Child Foundation Uganda. Butera Derek, I'm so happy that you are alive right now.
Fantastic.
Back to the question you asked me about the faith into the children and their spiritual. Okay, sometimes we gather them, like on Sunday we gather them and teach them how to read the Bible and teach them that God is so important into their life. And because a child growing up knowing God, it's very, 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 very important in this world. So we always gather them and teach them, even plus their parents. We take them in the single church. Then we teach them. The pastor teaches us how to read the Bible, how to know God, how to read some verses. So we always teach them. We teach them the word of God.
And how is that settling in with them? Are they very receptive? They're anxious to learn more?
Yes.
Yes.
They are really easy to teach. They are
really easy to teach. If they get something into the stomach and they are safe into the stomach,
yes,
they are really easy to teach. But
they
if somebody
only need hope.
The
moment they have hope, you can turn them into actually anything you want. The moment they have hope and they are seeing a future, they have what to eat, they are happy. Those kids, for example, the days we have tournaments, you give them breakfast and maybe a bottle of water each, but they can run and play the entire day. You cannot find someone saying, I'm tired, I need to rest. They have that energy, they have that passion. It is so inspiring. If we get the videos to display some videos, you'll be impressed by what those kids can do.
Actually, to all over the world, those watching USA Global TV, I personally, Nwajira Enoch, I got that mind of starting up a Push a Child Foundation Uganda in 2021. So because of my mom and dad, they passed away. So me too, I grown up into a certain organization called Hopeful for Ugandan Lives. So they helped me to educate me, to develop my talent. So I was like, no, I should go back to the community, to the ground, to help those kids develop their talents. Those who don't go back to school, let me try my level best to look for support. At least I can do what? At least I can put them back to school. So I'm so happy, Sister Jacqueline and my friend Ambassador Wright. I'm so happy for this opportunity. All people watching right now all over the world, please help us in any ways. Help us through USA Global TV.
Thank you. Guys, one question. Do the kids speak English too?
Yeah. Some.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe we can arrange with all of them. Maybe you can arrange them sitting around the computer, or maybe you can beam it on a wall, and I will do a coaching for them, a mental coaching for them, if you want. You can do this in English.
Is it possible to have a live show during day?
What are the live show during day? Some of them they will surprise you with their English. Very fantastic.
Yeah, we organize this. I give these kids a nice free mental coaching and an interaction, whatever they want to learn. We can do this. Right, really good.
That's wonderful.
So, yeah, thank you so much. I guess we have to close down, because we are going to the other show. But guys, again, we really gonna push this, and ladies and gentlemen, when. Again and again and again, please support this gentleman, support this organization, do something good. And this is an organization where no money is wasted in administration or any fees or salaries or company cars or advertising or whatever. I have a huge background in foundation. I know that many big organizations, a lot of money is lost in different channels. Here, all the things that you donate come directly to these kids. You can donate money, or even if you want, ship to them, send to them the materials, dresses, footballs, whatever they can need. Really, this will highly ask you to support them.
Thanks, Roland. And let's actually provide the address in case people are not able to see the banner. So it's PUSHCHILD Foundation Uganda, plot, PLOT 25, Post Office Box 3874. How do you say that? Nakasero?
Yes.
Nakasero, Nakasero Road, 759125, Kampala, Kampala, Uganda, Uganda. Gentlemen, what would you like to share as we close out?
I'm so happy to share all over the world. I'm so happy to be live on USA Global TV, #1 station in the whole world, for this opportunity. Everybody who is watching right now, we are so happy, and I know you are watching, and I know some of you are touched about our stories, because some of them, for us, we came from far, from the street to now. We are now grown up gentlemen, so now we are so happy. So I just want to ask you to help us in all ways: clothes, mattress, taking back some children back to school, because like you find this child like almost 10 years has never seen school, has never gone to school. So help us. I have a team I work with: Bisaso, Nicholas, Butela, Derek, and Madam Smile. They are all watching. And thank you, Mr. Ronald, for the good heart you showed me. You did not say no, but you continue pushing me. Thank you so much. May God bless you, Madam Jacqueline.
Thank you. God bless
Sister,
you both as well.
Love you.
Sorry, we have I think a delay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, please keep up the great work that you're doing. I'm sure we'll have you back again, and maybe we can bring some of the children on and speak with them directly.
Yeah, would be nice too.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess the network is done. So, gentlemen, if you can hear us, thank you. Bye-bye. We're going to support you. And thanks for coming. And next time we see some of your kids too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was wonderful to see them and hear the updates about how they're doing. Roland, we're going to be closing out, and I'd love for you to just share a little bit about the work that you do, because you do things other than be here on this platform with me. Tell us about the work that you do and how you can help people.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Well, myself, my background is a business background. With the experience I had in corporate world as a salesperson, as a sales manager, also the youngest member of a board of director in a huge company, then starting my own businesses. I started more than 2.5 decades ago a coaching consulting company in Switzerland. It's Sparta Performance, where we support organizations worldwide, international big organizations. So the last years I was traveling around the globe, to Africa, to Asia, to Middle East, to North America, Middle and South America, except Australia. So I've been working in all these places, and I still do this. I still love to support good companies, bringing them new ideas, helping them to develop their stuff. That's my main business. Besides that, I dedicate my life to the foundation Respect Mother Earth, so respecting and supporting our planet. We also do a show here on USA Global TV and Radio, the Earth Show. And I also started working some years ago with men. I do a lot of men's work. And by the way, after this show, there is the Wild at Heart show, a show for men, by men, about men. So I dedicate my life to, actually, besides my main business and besides my passion of traveling, to Pachamama, to Mother Earth, to our planet Mother Earth, and do men's work and support organizations and good ones. That's what I'm doing. That's what I love doing. And if you want to contact me, I always say go to my main website. That's such a broad agenda. It's my name, roland.friedl.com. I will spell it for you folks who are on a radio station or on a podcast. It's ROLANDFRIEDL.com, and from there you can link to the business or to Wireless Life Rocks, to the coaching website, or the Sparing Man, and you find also the links to the other websites. Thank you so much for listening, and please, again, it's not about me. It's all about our sharing and caring and connecting. And if you want to do something good, there's an opportunity. Kids really need help because they don't get any other support from somewhere. And I can really say it from the bottom of my heart. Every single dollar or euro or yen or whatever currency or pound or every dress you send or football, it comes directly to these kids, and we will show you in one of our next shows. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Roland. And before you go, just a quick announcement that we have another show that we're doing together, and it's called It's Your Healthy Lifestyle. And we started our first pilot episode, and we will be having our next episode this coming Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, 8 p.m. Central European Time. What will we be discussing on our shows, Roland?
Yeah, thanks to that you mentioned this, because health is so important. Without health, nothing makes fun. We cannot work, we cannot support others, we don't have fun, whatever we want to do. So health is so important, and I really take care of my own health, and I did a lot of health advisory. I trained many doctors in nutrition. So what we do on this show is we're gonna talk about how you can have a healthy lifestyle, meaning about how it's not about educating. They just give you some example what you really can do that was really working from our own experience. First of all, from our own experience. Secondly, it's practicable, that you really can integrate it, implement it every single day easily. Doesn't matter what how much stress you have, whatever you're doing, where you are, what you're doing. You can really implement it every day on a daily basis, and it's and then we bring you solutions. They're also affordable. That's also important too. So we will talk about different topics on everything on health, and we focus very much on nutrition, because what I found out in my last years, I go to the gym, I work out, even on the road I work out, I do sports. I do a lot of relaxation. So actually on Tuesday, we will talk about the 3 pillars of health. We talk about exercise, relaxation, and nutrition. They're all 3 important, but what I found out the most important thing, and what really people are suffering, is not because they're not working out enough, they does not get the relaxation enough. It's about the nutrition. What we see is going on. We have so many chronic disease worldwide. And even it starts with the small ones, with the kids. So we will bring a lot of stuff, different topics in nutrition for kids, for elderly people, people who are doing sports, people who are stressed, and so on. So, and it's not a finger pointing thing. It's not about norms and regulations and don't do this, to do this. No, we will encourage you what you can do. And as I mentioned it before, we only talk about topics and content from our own experience. We are both, Dr. Jekyll and myself, we're not medical doctors, not at all. We talk from our own experience, and maybe we can inspire you for a healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely, Roland. Looking forward to doing the next episode with you. And I just wanted to comment that I shared with you earlier, if anyone's familiar with the Howard Stern show, and I happen to be a fan of Howard Stern, but he's had on a guest on a regular basis, Dr. David Baggis. And I happened to catch a clip, which is that if you had to guess what percentage of your longevity is tied to your genetics, you might think that it's a pretty big number. But according to Dr. Baggis, it's 4%. That means that 96% of what we do has a direct impact on how long we're going to live. That means we have choice. What are the choices that we're making, and how are those choices showing up in our health? We're going to be discussing that as well.
Absolutely. I always hear last year, there's so many excuses. It's the genes. No, it's just a small amount, as you said, 4%, less than 5%. And we even know from some research that even like myself, I have also a gene problem, but you cannot fix it, but you can slow down the process. And it's all up to you. So no excuses. It's all up to you. It's all about making the choices. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And I just want to correct myself. It's Dr. David B. Agus, A-G-U-S. So the B is the middle initial, and he's an MD. So, all right, Roland, I will see you shortly on our other show. And I want to thank everybody for being here today. We really do appreciate it. And again, we did share the information for PUSHCHILD Foundation. Please do reach out to them. Send what you can. It really makes a difference. Things that don't matter to us, that just sitting around that we can't use, other people find a lot of value in those things. And especially when we think about helping children. So we'll be right back with Wild at Heart. And there's a special guest gentleman who's joining Roland and his panel. So we will look forward to seeing you all there.
Absolutely.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.